Welcome back to Get With The Programming. I'm Chase Ingram.
I'm Captain America.
And along with me is Bill Grundler.
Wolverine.
And we have Mr. Bob Jennings on the show.
What do they call you?
Bob? No, your call sign. Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right.
Hey, it's we get. Have you been on before? We've had you on.
Yeah,
before.
times,
So
right?
yeah, on your return trip, you get a soundbite. So
nice.
it was either that
I
or the
love it.
two Bobs from Office Space. Hey, Bob.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I got to tell you, you guys are your intros are literally my two favorite Marvel characters. You know, Captain America and Wolverine. Like, I'm a Marvel junkie. Like, one of my good friends is an actor in one of the movies, and like, it's like, I'm all in, man, on
That's awesome.
on both Captain America and Wolverine.
Man,
So,
I changed the
good
background
choice.
of our show like last week just to the pictures.
Good choice.
You can see him subtly, but
and I got obviously I'm in Columbus, man, because I got Arnold back here.
Oh,
so.
nice.
Oh, dang.
Are you at the venue right now?
The
Is it
venue.
setup time?
I turn the camera around and show everybody what's going on out there, but it's not pretty. It's not pretty at all.
Well,
like
it's
the
getting
setup.
right.
Yeah.
Hey,
it'll get
how
there.
many? What number is this for you as far as doing like the designing and the programming and all that?
Running the game's 2, but like if you want to go back and include all the Legends ones, so back to 2018.
Damn.
2018 or 2017. And man, I've learned a lot, right? And I've definitely learned a lot about how to run an event that has 38 heats that you got to get through.
Yeah.
That's so hard.
That is coming. Oh, Jamie, you're not going to get any secrets.
Yeah, look at Jamie's
all
trying
out.
to get all like the
All
all
out.
little inside scoop.
And then,
Yeah. I mean, they're all released.
Heroes.
So
Batman's here. So I got new coasters for my desk.
Oh, that's sweet.
Batman, actually my third favorite comic book.
Look at that.
I mean, on the DC side, right? Like, so great. But I don't know, just to completely distract us. But have you guys seen Superman yet?
I have not.
No.
It's really good because Superman is not indestructible, right? Like he's a flawed character both as a human, and then also like physically he can get his ass kicked. So it's great.
Yeah,
that's always been the problem with DC. It's like, what do you do with DC when Superman shows up and just kind of houses everybody? It's
true.
So stupid.
Interesting.
Yeah.
He's not. I mean, he's the main character, but he's almost a side character.
Yeah.
Or just a bit of lost in the shuffle. Not lost in the shuffle.
I mean, but come on now. What do you put? You can't have a whole lot of weaknesses if your name is Superman.
True.
Like, I mean, when they made him, because wasn't he like one of the first superheroes ever created? And they're like, give him everything.
Give him everything. Yeah, they weren't trying to make him human. They were trying to make him. It's like, okay, here's the ultimate, and the one little Achilles that he's going to have is going to be so minute. It's got to come from his own planet. Like, come on.
Yeah. Well, so the way he actually came out in the comic books originally, to get like all comic book nerd on you guys, is like he didn't even fly originally. Like basically he could jump really far.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until later that like flying was involved. And like the heat lasers out of his eyes, like that didn't show up until way later. Like, so the character did evolve from the original Superman.
I guess that makes sense now of like leaping buildings in a single bound.
Yeah. Faster than a speeding bullet.
Over him. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes. Look at this. You guys came for like master stuff, and now we're just talking about like.
Yeah, but that's. I'm sorry. Hey, that is old. That is old person stuff. We just went down to actual old school comic books right there. That fits this realm perfectly. Fits the realm perfectly.
I mean, and who didn't get into lifting weights and being the active old people that we did because of our super book or our comic book superheroes that we all wanted to be. Right?
Do you remember when they had the little ads in the comic books, like the Steve Reeves, the 98-pound guy getting like sand kicked in his face, and then you do this workout, and all of a sudden you're big old buff Steve Reeves.
Oh man.
Yeah. It was between that and the Army Men, Like I
Yep.
used to love that you could buy
Ooh,
those like
yeah.
99-cent army men in the back.
Yeah.
That's funny.
All right.
That's
So now that we lost your entire fan base talking
Okay,
about
Well,
it's
I
all
mean, our
Masters. What are you
fan
talking
base should
about?
be like, checks
No.
out.
No,
Yeah.
yeah,
All fixed
totally.
out.
Totally.
So-
Hey, I gotta go back. I gotta go back to all the years now that you said you learned a lot about doing all the programming.
Yeah.
What are you seeing? What are you seeing in the Masters realm right now? Like what are I remember testing some of the Masters events when they first happened at the games where Tony Bunning was saying, I don't think we should have the Masters be doing handstand push-ups because they're old.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I didn't understand that. But
Yeah.
now that you've been programming for, you've been seeing all these guys and girls that you're putting through the ringer, like what are you seeing these athletes being able to do, or do they have a limit that people are still trying to pigeonhole them into?
So, man, it's a great question, and it was easier back when I was competing, to understand where everyone was at, right? And so now it's a lot harder for me, and I have to pay a lot more attention to kind of how the top people are performing and in the various age groups. And as I get further away from the 35 to 39s, like that's the other thing that I really kind of have to zero in on. Um, but really, what you're seeing is as these age groups advance every 5 years, they're the traditional bell curve that you would see of human beings falling off from a strength or falling off from a VO2 max or a skill capacity is like just that curve doesn't exist, right? Like there's such minimal fall off year to year. And so what ends up happening is the weights get a little heavier, right?
Right.
The workouts get a little harder, the skill stuff stays in. It becomes a little bit more challenging when you're talking about a field of 30 athletes or 20 athletes, right, in the older age groups, because the disparity between the top five and the bottom five is usually comes down to a skill movement, right?
Yeah.
But I think, look no further than we added the 70 plus this year, because they all
Right.
used to be 60 to 64 and 65 plus when we all started this thing, and are now looking for an outlet. And, here we are. They're going to be at the CrossFit Games this year, which is awesome.
Yeah, that is cool because they were a test or like a beta test category last year. It wasn't
Yeah.
officially in the game season, even though they were there last year competing on site.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And it helped us kind of figure out, all right, is this something that people want to see? Like, are people going to buy tickets to come see it? The answer to that is yes, right? And then B, can we program more or less the same exact workouts and or the same stimulus workouts, right? And have this group compete? And the answer is 100% yes, right? I mean, they were able to do all of the workouts last year that were programmed from them, and they did a great job. So I'm excited to see what that group's going to do this year.
Yeah. Do you think that with the Masters group, I feel sometimes that they will sprinkle in the technical stuff, and like
Mhm.
you said, that like for the Masters, there's usually you could have some insane athletes, but with
Yeah,
the Masters, I think where you win and where you lose is that the holes that Masters have is where they lose. Like they don't lose
yeah,
because they're not strong, unless strength is like their big hole, and that's a gaping. That ends up being a gaping hole for the group. But it
yeah.
usually ends up being one thing. Do you when you're programming, are you trying to get good races to where everyone's out there, everyone's able to do all the skills, or are you trying to make it to where it's like, okay, we tested you this stuff in the open and this stuff in your quarterfinals or your semifinals, and now let's see what really you can do, whether that whether it's kind of they're standing looking at the pegboard type of thing or whatever. Like, is that in your mind,
Yeah.
or what are you trying to
Well,
design?
yeah, it needs to be harder, right? Each round, clearly this is the most obvious statement I think I'll probably make all day is clearly the semifinals needs to be harder than the open, and the games needs to be harder than the semifinals. So now that I've sprinkled that bit of wisdom on everybody, they can all go run home and tell everyone how brilliant I am, I guess. But the you know, I'll give you a great example. So I got here on Saturday night. Sunday morning, I went down for breakfast, and there were a couple of athletes from overseas that were already there, and so I started talking to them. And I had this one woman I believe she's in the 65 plus. She's done Legends a bunch of times. I'm not going to use her name because I don't want to call her out for anything. But she started giving me a bunch of crap about how there's no handstand walks that are programmed this year.
That's why, it's probably because she's good at them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Why aren't you doing the movement that I am great at?
That was exactly it. It was, why aren't you doing the movement that I'm really good at? But how dare you program ring muscle ups and pistol squats?
Right.
Because I'm not great at those things. And it's like, well, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like, there's not enough events. You can't program everything. So the way I always kind of look at it is, am I doing a good job of making a well-rounded test that is going to produce the winner, kind of regardless, right?
Mhm.
If you were to run this 100 times, is the same person going to win?
Yeah.
And that's really what my ultimate goal is. And I'm trying to spread that out across the 8 events really to make that work.
Well, and multiple divisions.
Yeah. And
hard.
when I first sit down to program, like I'm almost always thinking about it from a 35 to 39 perspective.
Interesting.
And then I go from there. Right. And I'll start the scaling from there, because it's like, okay, this is what I want the absolute best athletes. This is what I want them to be experiencing. And this is what I want the audience to be experiencing as well, whether it's the live stream or the live audience. This is what I want them to witness and what, for them to kind of take in. And then from there, I do my best to scale it for the other divisions.
Program for the best and scale for the rest.
Yeah,
wow, what a
wow,
great
what a
idea.
concept.
I've never heard
Yeah.
that before. It's
I know.
amazing.
Do you when you do that, and look, programming for an age group event, which now includes teenagers because you guys are all together again, which I think is fantastic.
Yeah.
I know last year was rough and very, very last minute for you guys. So to pull that off for CrossFit is huge. Putting everybody back together, I thought was just a great move in general. But now you have to go, okay, starting at what we'd arguably like the fittest people that we represented there. And then how do we scale? Do you scale off stimulus, keeping skills, or weights, or where do you, a little bit of both? How do you move that needle from division to division?
Yeah, I try to think about it from a stimulus perspective, right? And so that's either going to be weights or reps, or potentially movement sometimes as well, right? Like one of the workouts, right, we have the older age groups doing front squats instead of overhead squats. And the reason for that is primarily because the overhead squats in the older community, in the older aspects of the community, is just
sorry.
Dude, look, I'm with you on this one, man. Believe me, I am totally with you on it. But like the last thing I need is people on the live stream picking apart the heat one of the 65 to 69 because of poor depth, right? It's just not. It's not great for the community. It doesn't help drive the overall mission, right?
We'll get there. Everything's getting better.
Cool.
No, I just mean like we'll get there as athletes.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, but going back to my comment earlier, right? I think in a couple of years, we're not going to have to do that anymore, right? Because I think that the mobility will already be there to support the entire field. The other thing, obviously that I have to be concerned with are I'm also not trying to get people hurt.
All right. So today we're going to go event by event, the what's and the whys. We're not going to analyze today. We're more previewing. Obviously, Bill and I will have questions as they come up. It's like, hey, what was the thought here? Why did we pick that? And starting off this Thursday. Is that correct? And this is just for the masters age groups. Are the teens not doing the 7K?
No, everybody's doing the same thing.
Okay, everybody's doing the same thing. Got it.
Yeah.
And where is this? Because this will be offsite. Where is this being held again?
It's down by lower.com field. So there's a trail that we've contracted with a group that runs the marathons and triathlons in Columbus, that they've secured it all for us.
Obviously you want to start off something long. You're already off to a hell of a better start than last year in terms of balance of time domains.
Yes. Yeah,
I think
totally.
this one event covers the collective time of working out that you guys had.
Yeah, just about, man. Just about.
How did you come up with this? Why not a 10K? Why not a 5K? How'd you pick 7? Was there anything special on that, or you just picked it?
So I felt like 5K was too short of a time domain, and so I wanted something a little bit longer, but I also, again, having to deal with the 38 heats, and we're sending everyone out in 5-minute increments. So we will get through this, and we'll get through it before it gets hot in the afternoon, which that plays into it, the scheduling of it as well. And so it was really just kind of a middle number. I wanted something more than 5, less than 10, ended up on 7.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I like it. I mean,
did you have that set before the games came out with theirs?
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I did all of my programming independently of them. Like the original draft of programming for this year was probably done in September.
Oh, wow.
interesting.
Yeah.
Nice.
When you see similar things maybe that come up at the games or semifinals, is that just like, okay, cool. We're some same page on a couple of things.
Yeah. I'm jealous of what they can do because of the much smaller athlete pool. I thought their run with their run was a much cooler event, quite honestly.
It turned out way better than I
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah. And it's just a cooler event that way. And you're kind of breaking up the run. I think it's better visually, creates a little bit of excitement, gives people an opportunity who are, great runners or great rowers to really kind of lean into their, various expertise there.
Mhm.
Would have liked to have done it that way, but again, 38 heats, 500 and
So
something
many.
athletes. Like there's just
Crazy.
no way
Another
to
thing people
coordinate
need
the
to-
rowers.
Yeah. Another thing people need to understand, the totality of number of people and divisions. All right. Now we go from long aerobic test to a strength test, which is fantastic. I'm going to come out real quick. Why did you land on this timing thing? Because this drives me. I was like, just give him 30 seconds, bro. Let's just go in 2 minutes.
Well, so because I had 6 minutes.
Okay.
Like that was kind of like, and originally, believe it or not, this was, I think it was originally a snatch when we first wrote it up.
Okay.
And I wanted to create some level of urgency around the lift, and I wanted each one of the lifts to kind of count, but I didn't want to create a situation where it was, score your best 2 lifts or total weight lifted over the course of 4, because it just makes it really difficult for the audience to follow, and it makes it really difficult for the judges to be, it makes it difficult for them to be effective. So I wanted to create a situation where you have a limited window from which to lift, and each one of those lifts, it counts as an important, because if you miss, you're kind of putting yourself up against, you're putting your back up against the wall.
Okay.
So that was kind of the idea behind it. So it's like 20, you have a bunch of time to recover and reset, 20, bunch of time to recover, 20, a bunch of time to recover. And then that last one is 30 seconds, just in case somebody wanted to, if you miss, give somebody an opportunity to hit it again. If you're trying to game the rest of the field, right? those were kind of some of the opportunities there.
Can they do multiple attempts in that window, especially on that last one?
Yeah, as long you only get one scored attempt, right?
Right.
But as long as the bar is off the ground by the time the 20-second goes, they can complete the lift.
Okay.
Are they going? And this is everyone's going at the same time, right?
Yeah, everyone's
On the
going
floor?
at the same time. That was the other thing that I considered, was having okay, athlete 1 goes 0 to 10, athlete 2 goes 11 to 20, but it didn't work with the volume of athletes that I needed to get through.
Got it.
Which again, that's a cooler way to do it.
Well, I mean, I could see very easily how, I mean, what you're dealing with is scheduling. And so if you're trying to get through 30 whatever heats and trying to do the same type of thing, I mean, that would be, I mean, it's tough. So I get it. You have to be able to make the event work. Sometimes it'll be more viewer friendly than other times. And that's like, in all reality, like, cool, that's the viewer experience, but like, you also have to make sure that your test does what it's trying to do too.
Yeah. And you know, I was looking for balance, right? So you have the run and then you have this, right? And I just wanted to balance those two out.
And now there's 8 total. Will that be 2 a day, or what's the?
It's 2, 2, 3, 1.
2, 2, 3, 1. Ooh,
wow,
nice.
Final day. Yeah,
forgot about that. You guys kind of did the same thing last year, right? 1 on the.
One on the final day, and we make cuts going into the final day also.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right, event number 3. By the way, thank you for naming the events.
Yeah. ChatGPT, man.
Oh, is that really?
Yeah.
That's funny. I have actually over here on the side, I have this yellow pad.
Nice.
And if you see that, those are half of the game's event names, is where I came up with them for the games this year. All right. 18-minute AMRAP, 60 cal row, 50 kettlebell hang cleans, 40 toes to bar, 30 double kettlebell thrusters, 20 kettlebell single leg squats, and then just go through that as many times as you can in 18 minutes.
Yep.
I can't. Oh, did you guys have pistols last year at all?
We didn't. No.
When was the last time that's been programmed?
I think it was 22.
Dang.
For the Masters.
And now they're weighted, which I'm not rated them anyways. Like, Bill, you're pretty damn good at those.
Yeah, I can do those.
You got great ankle mobility.
But Bill, you would agree that, well, I don't know if you would agree. I'm going to ask you if you would agree. Weighted are easier than regular pistols because you can use the weight as a counterbalance.
You can adjust. And that's where I think the tough part about having something like this where they are weighted is, are you going to care where the weight goes? Like, is there a standard? Because I remember even like the first time they did weighted in the game, that's when Matt Chan was doing them, and he was kind of working it. Like the kettlebell didn't even move. Like, he moved around the kettlebell, and he used it basically as like a stabilizer to do it. So you're right. You can use it to kind of help balance your. I mean, I depending on what the weight is, if it's not too heavy, it definitely makes it easier.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, you have pistols. I don't have a problem with pistols, so that would be that there. But
yeah, and when you're only talking about 20, right? I mean, it's not like it's one of the other movements where there's such a high volume. Like, you are only talking about 20 pistols.
Right.
So
right. For me, pistols always get easier after I do about 50 of them in the warm-up area.
Yep. Yep.
Once the synovial fluid gets going in the knees.
Yeah, the first couple I just sit and fall for a while, and then I eventually and I'm serious. Like, after 50, I'm like, oh, finally, everything's working again.
When
go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, when you came up with this one, was the weighted pistol, was that kind of like the piece that you started, like, okay, I want to do something with weighted pistol, how are we going to put it in there? Was that the piece? Or because when I look through this, like, that to me, like, that's the first thing that sticks out.
So this the inspiration for this workout is the open workout 14-4. So you guys remember 14-4,
yeah,
the chipper that ended with
14-4 and 23.1.
Yeah. So it ended with the
Yeah.
ring muscle ups, right?
Yep.
And then you had to go back to the row. And so I wanted to end with the high skill movement and go back to the row.
Yeah.
And so that was really kind of the inspiration behind it.
Mhm.
And this one had a lot of changing, as we kind of work through the various iterations of it. Originally, like I don't think it didn't start off as kettlebell. I don't remember exactly how
Yeah.
we started it off originally, but that the other thing that I wanted to get in there was, you don't see a lot of kettlebell programmed. People don't
Nowadays,
regularly use them, in the gym on a daily basis. So I just wanted to kind of switch it up a little bit and get a little bit of the unknown and unknowable going.
For the pistols, how are you guys doing that? Is that classic alternating? Is it
Yeah, it's alternating.
Okay, alternating.
Yeah.
And it has to alternate?
Yeah, it has to alternate.
Man, I thought it was the craziest thing this year when with all the lunges that everyone had to do, and it was like you didn't have to alternate. So you just stay on one leg if you wanted to the whole time.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
That was the weirdest thing.
What?
All of the lunges, I'm pretty sure all of the lunges.
It's in the open?
Yeah. Didn't have to alternate.
Oh, I think you're right.
I got some, as you can imagine, I got some angry emails about the pistols.
Oh, well,
You know what? I don't think that any masters should complain about anything that seems too hard. This is supposed to be the best in the world. So, like, I'm sorry, like you're not good at it. I'm like that. Okay, that's the master's game. Most of us have a piece that that's our hole.
Yeah.
And you hope that doesn't come up, but when it does, it does, and it's just kind of the nature of the beast. But like, I think pistols are totally fine. I think weighted pistols are totally fine. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
no, but
you're
what
supposed
if
to be world champions here? Come on.
What if I got one bad knee, Bill? You have to accommodate my
I don't care. I don't care. And then you shouldn't be at the games. Sorry.
True. And that one bad knee, guess what? You're going to get no rep on all the thrusters. Then.
Yeah. No, what about Lucy Campbell, guys? She had a wrist injury. Let's just not program shoulder over head anymore and just, let's get serious.
I have done weighted pistols barefoot CrossFit. So there.
Well, yeah, you do everything.
That's impressive. I've never done a single pistol that wasn't in my oldies.
Really?
Yeah.
Sneak that pistol. This was a movement that I was never particularly good at, and so
was okay.
Another reason why I wanted to throw it in.
Actually, that's okay. That's a good question because a lot of times programmers, they, without even thinking about it, they'll program with a bias.
Yeah.
And if you was it you that put that in there? Was it someone else saying like, "Hey, Bob, I know you suck at these things, but we need to put those in there"?
No, yeah, that was me. That was me.
Solid.
Yeah.
Well, you can also not do
it. I'm as aware as anybody else that I program with a bias, but that's why I work with Joe, I work with Brock, I work with Boz, right? Like we get a lot of input into these, so every one of these workouts aren't heavy barbell and ring muscle ups because and no running and whatever, right? Like I recognize that I have to program away from my bias.
Yeah. And to I can't do this because of this ailment. I was like, we are not going to program for every division, including your problems.
Yeah.
All right. This one.
Yeah.
Just a straight chipper. It's called core to carry, 35 GHD sit-ups, 16 burpees over the bag, 150 bag carry, 50 foot, 25, 16, 90, 15, 16, 30. Over the bag, assuming are they just jumping over it like you would a barrier or a block?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Watch out for the feet going around the bag.
Yeah.
GHD sit-ups. So I'm assuming, what is it? They'll be like down and back when they do that. As far as the GHDs, what's the bag weights? 200. Woo!
Yeah, it's heavy for
200
the
for the 35 through 44. That's nice. That's
Yeah.
a good bag carry.
And those are they're the Husafell bags too.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
Nice. I like that. What is the times on this one you think we'll have?
We're pushing up against the time cap on this.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't. There are going to be guys that finish it for sure, and women that finish it for sure. But this one's going to be pushing up against the time cap.
Time cap's a bit of a pressure cooker for the athletes as well. Okay.
Yeah, and look, not every workout is meant to be finished either.
Yeah. Not for everybody.
Yeah. On your burpees over the bag, where are you jumping? Like how obviously that Husafell bag's going to be laying down. Is it anywhere over the bag? Is there like a specific long way, short way?
It's anywhere over the bag. They just got to stay in their lane.
I do. Masters pick the corner. Just jump below the little corner.
Yeah. Lay your bag down smart, and you know your jumps are a little bit easier.
I like the anterior, posterior core, and then everything in the middle with the carry. That's a lot of everything. And honestly, like all this is has to be fast. Like there's really no reason to slow down. Like 35, 25, 50, like what is that? 75?
Yeah.
I mean, 75 into 16 burpees, like just start churning and burning. I see the burpees so the burpees stay the same across the board. Everything else goes down. Why'd you keep the burpees the same for each round?
So this workout actually when we originally put it together, we were having the athletes drop the bag at the end of each lane and do a smaller set of burpees. So instead of, it was like, so you would carry it 30 feet, you would drop it, you were doing like 4 or 6 burpees or something. I don't remember what the number was. And then you'd have to bring it back. So the burpees always kind of remained constant. But like logistically, it didn't really play out well. There's too much action going on the floor. Like I just felt like this was one that Boz really helped me tighten up. The finished product of this is way better than where it started, and I think it's keeping those a constant across the board, even though everything else is going down. It just plays into it visually better.
And you guys came up with 16 kind of originally, and then it just stuck at 16 because that's kind of a weird number too.
Yeah. It was like 4. It was like 4 sets of 4, and it just became 16.
And then you just kept it. Okay.
Yeah.
Can they land on the bag, or do they have to clear the whole thing?
I think they're allowed to. I think they're allowed to clip it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't have the judges' information in front of me right now.
Yeah, we got a couple days, so that's all right.
Yeah.
I want to see how hard people like get into this, and I'm sure that lasts. Are they sections? So 150, 90. What's the sections look like on the field of play?
It's 30-foot sections on the field of play. Yeah.
Okay, got it. On this one, down to the wire. First of all, thank you for putting a finish line on this one.
Yeah, nice work on that.
We've seen several of these during semifinals. We're just like, just do however many you can, and we'll just do that. Enjoy your non-incentive for this. So 2 minutes on, 1 minute off for 4 total sets.
Yep.
You've got handstand push-ups. Is this kipping anyhow?
Any style.
That 10-foot line deal from, or is there a box? What do you have set up for the handstand?
Yeah, it's a box.
Box. Okay.
Yeah.
Calorie echo bike. So men will go 18, 17, 16, 15. That's rounds 1 through 4. Women 15, 14, 13, 12. And then max double unders in the time remaining to get to 100. This is way nicer than you were last year.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, this workout last year was gross because it was on the bike.
It was for bike calories.
Yeah.
And I don't think there was a finish line there either. I think it's like, hey, listen, just go as hard as you can.
No, there was.
No, was it
was just
85 or something
It
like
was
that?
no, it was overprogrammed. It was like 105 or something. It wrecked people.
Yeah.
So there is a little bit of a twist on this one. So it is 300 total double unders,
Okay.
but the way the field of play is set up is you have to advance your rope every 50. So there are forced breaks on this one.
That's great.
And again, Chase, I did this for you.
Oh.
It was so you would be able to call the action.
Yes. Yes.
And not really have to put too much effort into it.
I love that. Thank you for doing that. But and for fans alike, is instead of just like, all right, what number are they on? I love that they advance forward. I hope we see people like do the 50 and what's
keep
the
jumping
length? Yeah, just keep bunny hop to the next one, or do they have to stop?
It's 5 feet. It's 5 feet.
Okay,
So like
not too bad.
they could conceivably bunny hop, in 1 or 2 reps or even 1 rep, right? To kind of get into that next box.
Yeah.
But it makes it interesting, right? Like if you're running out of time and you're at 92, right? Like getting in that next 8 becomes really kind of critically important. So you're not starting off the next round where you automatically have to take a break.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Handstand push-ups, echo bikes, descending that. So that what went to changing the volume each time? Was that just to allow them to push harder, or keeping it the same?
Just to push harder. And I'm recognizing that there's going to be some level of fatigue from round to round. 18 cal, again, thinking about this from a 35 to 39-year-old perspective, 18 cal at about 85 RPM is like 32 seconds. Right. And so like that's kind of what went into, I wanted, 32 seconds there, transition, 18 handstand push-ups is going to be, with transition, that's like 20-25 seconds. Right. So I wanted there to be about a minute.
I see. Yeah.
So that's kind of how I was thinking about it. And then just figuring the degradation from round to round. That's why I took one off.
Nice. Bill, anything else?
No. Did you, or other than you said that you knew that there'd be some fatigue. The first round will be by far the fastest round. I mean, everyone will open up the tank on the bike and the handstand push-ups for sure. What kind of testing did you do on these to get those numbers? I mean, you started off at 18. Like, why did you start at 20? Why not 15? Like, where did you test and change those, or did you just come up with them?
No, so I test a lot of these on me, right? And I'm testing based on a 52-year-old former games athlete. And so I build that into the equation, but there are some things that I can still kind of huff on, right? And machines were always something that we're
good at those.
So I could just lay down the power on it. And so I was trying to think of, okay, it really came down to the math of what's the calories and requisite handstand push-ups need to be in order to give a minute to a minute 10 of double unders. And so I reverse engineered into that.
Got it.
And with doing the bike or handstand push-ups into the bike, like you're taxing both things that you're going to need in control and steady going into the double unders. Like double unders are, I don't say like benign compared to the other two, but you have to go unbroken and you have to push the bike to get as much seconds. And that's the thing with like regular double.
Yeah.
5 seconds, you're getting 8 to 10.
Yeah.
And that is worth those extra 5
That's worth a lot, man. For sure. And this workout, I'm sure everybody has tested this thing out. Your lungs, your legs, your shoulders, they start to fade pretty fast. And you need that really to make sure that like physically they'll all be able to keep doing the double unders. It's really just the mental aspect of like how much pain are they willing to endure to get those next 5 or 10 reps.
Red Eye had a good question. Is there a penalty for not finishing the buy-in?
Yeah, you can't do any double unders.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if the
Yeah, well, let me ask this.
Pat
Let-
Barber rule, is that what we're talking
yeah,
about?
yeah, that's what I'm asking. Like if I do one handstand push-up,
Uh-huh.
like because all you're scoring, are you scoring the double unders or what are you scoring?
Just scoring the double unders. So
Okay,
it's
so
a race to
technically,
300.
Is there a minimum requirement on a round?
No.
Dude, you better put something in there because I'll do one handstand
Yeah.
push-up and be completely rested for that last round. Just
Yeah.
saying.
Well, I mean,
That's
there
why
is
you have
the-
Bill here.
that's super helpful, man. And I'm going to run that by the judges. Like there is the rule that you have to, keep working, right?
Dude, that's
Yeah.
most subjective.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll
mean, you could
slowly get one
tell.
handstand push-up.
Yeah.
But that's 4 minutes of rest. 1, 2, 3. Well, 3 minutes of rest. When then 1 minute before
Yeah.
that, 4 minutes of complete rest going into the last round. When I only need to do 15 calories and 15 handstand push-ups, and you said 5 to 8 double unders in 5 seconds,
Yeah.
and I will be completely rested.
Yeah.
It'll be like round 1 all over again.
I'm changing. Yeah, for sure. Thank you. We're
welcome.
definitely going to put in some kind of minimum work requirement on this because that's
Well, some will do it where the like the reps you do count. It's like it's a race to
Whatever ones you
300
don't
double
finish, you
unders.
subtract from. You can do that too.
You could, yeah. There's versions to keep the shitheads at bay.
yeah.
You're all
Well,
in the
and
chat
this is a Saturday workout, right? So we have a couple of days to figure this one out.
Nice. Still,
Yeah.
I mean, way better than way nicer, I'll say, than last year's Echo.
Then last year that workout was so
All right,
good,
so
man.
I thought this one was interesting. All right, so this is just
Yeah.
like a 3-minute send it. 'Cause
Send
it's just- but the axle bar, you guys, and you said you programmed this before
Yeah.
the games, and then all of a sudden you guys both have axle bar deadlifts.
I had no idea.
Yeah. So it's 3 axle bar deadlifts and then a sled push. So just a dead sprint.
Well, for 3 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Right.
an AMRAP.
Sprinting
So
the whole time.
yeah.
And so will
And-
that be like 40 down, 40 back?
Yeah, it's 40 down, 40 back.
40
It's
down,
on
40
the turf.
Yeah.
Yeah, this it was really simple, right? It was 3 minutes is kind of the max threshold that anybody can hold a sprint for. And let's see what people can do.
What do you anticipate people getting? 2, 3?
I haven't figured it out yet because I haven't figured out the weight because I haven't been able to test the turf.
Oh, for the sled.
So
Right.
yeah.
By the way, it has TBD because I was just pulling this off Competition Corner, I believe.
Yeah. So ideally I want it in like the 3 to 4 range. So I need to figure out the way it's going to be for that. So once we get the turf laid out, it's not laid out yet, I can test it.
Will it be turf?
Yeah, this one's on turf.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, you know what? If that's the amount of rounds that you're looking at, don't make it heavy. Because if it's heavy, then we'll get slow on that push.
The sprint sled in 2014, where everybody's looking at this little stealth fighter,
right?
Yeah,
looking
like a
thing
Formula
that was
One
like,
car. Yeah.
Like, oh, how heavy is like? It's actually really light, and then you just see people stuck.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it'll be a medium to lightish sled in order to counterbalance the deadlift too.
Yeah, that makes sense because like if the sled's too heavy, then it's a sled push workout.
Totally.
And with only 3 deadlifts, like having a light sled and like back to the deadlift under, dude. Ugh. Oh,
Right.
gross.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Make it light.
Yeah.
Make it an empty. I mean, honestly, almost an empty sled or like 145 on it, like the dog sled.
Yeah, I want this to be a lungs workout, right? Like
God,
people are just heaving at the end of this thing.
Yeah.
Like your butt.
Dude,
And also, like,
fire.
I don't want to give anybody an excuse to go slow too. That's the other thing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And is this Saturday night?
This is Saturday. Yeah.
Saturday. Okay, so you have 3 on Saturday. Is that correct?
Yeah. We have 3 on Saturday. That's right.
So this, I can't remember what number we're on.
This is 7.
This is 7. Okay. So this will be Saturday, the last event on Saturday.
Yeah.
And this should probably just be called Bill Grundler, because you've got ring muscle ups, overhead squats, and then the box jump overs, and high box jump overs until you get from to 50. And so 5 rounds for time, 6, 9, 12, making people overhead squat, because if you're going to win the CrossFit Games as a Masters, you should be able to overhead squat.
Yep.
In our opinion.
100%.
But then you got the muscle ups in there, which is the skill. You've got 30 total when it comes to that, 45 overhead squats in the high body. Like every single piece in here, I feel like is something the fittest age groupers in the world should be able to do with no problem whatsoever.
Yeah. This was the first workout program last year, by the way, or for this year.
So is this like that key? Is like, hey, this one is happening, and then we just got to build around it.
Build around it, yeah. Which is what I do kind of every year. Like I'll zero in on one.
Programming. I mean, Dave will do that. Boss says he does that. It's like, hey, look, this is the one I want, and then we'll figure out everything else after that.
Yeah.
Bill, is this your favorite one so far? I can't hear you. Is your mic done?
I don't know what's going. Am I back?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hear you now.
Yeah, I love what it is. I mean, if it was my choice, I would have the overhead squats be a little heavier, but I love what it is. I like the ring muscle ups. I like overhead squats, and thank God you have them in there, because there is not. I don't think that there should be a Masters Games ever that an overhead squat isn't there. I think that is.
I agree.
That is the catch-all piece. Like, I know a lot of guys.
I think it should be in the semifinals.
100%. I agree.
Right?
I agree. It's
sometimes it's like, hey, just do one with an empty barbell. No rep. Sorry.
I would say it's the single most important competitive movement for Masters.
That is the separator of it. Like, everyone can do the ring muscle ups now. Everyone can do that. Everyone can lift heavy. Everyone can run. Cool. But the overhead squat is the one thing that it will challenge whatever flexibility, and it's testing a lot of different levels of flexibility all at the same time. I think for the Masters division, that is something that needs to be there. But so I'm stoked you have it.
Yeah.
Stoked you have it.
Yeah. Overhead squats are the reason why I did not make the games until 2019. It wasn't until I developed the overhead mobility to be able to do overhead squats that I started making the games.
Mm-hmm.
And it was every year it would come up, and every year I would shit the bed on it, right? And Joe would be like, all right, man, time to start working on overhead squats. I'd be like, yeah, but can't we just do some heavy cleans instead? Right?
Can't ignore it forever.
Yeah, and it wasn't really until I finally decided, like, yeah, I'm bad at this. I don't have the mobility. I need to have the mobility, and it needs to be in every event that I program going forward. And for everyone who's super pissed that I'm doing, you guys included, front squat on the older age groups, guess what? Next year, 60 to 64, they're going to have overhead squat.
Yeah, man. Just bring the weight down on them. Make them do it. It's like, again, I don't have any. I don't have. This is my personal opinion. Like, if you were talking about and what we're saying, the fittest people on the planet, they have all of the things. Do we just bring the reps down or the weight down, but show me all the things?
Yeah,
they need to showcase that. I don't care if you're 70. You should, if you're one of the most, in our world, our definition as the fittest person in that age group, you should be able to do that. Because if you can't, then you are saying that flexibility and stability is not important in our definition, and that's not the case. Not you.
Yeah,
people that aren't getting.
No, I agree. And like, where I'd say I went a little, but what factored into my decision to make it front squat instead of overhead squat for those older age groups is it's a pretty shoulder intensive set of programming when you look across the board to begin with. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Just from like like, I don't want to send anybody home hurt. Right.
Yeah.
Like that's one of the most important things that I'm always trying to avoid. And so this is where I had to make a compromise. But
You're so much nicer.
Next year, next year it's not gonna happen, man. We just lose Bill.
Yeah, he's Bill's
it's,
internet.
It's just weird. I don't know. You're way nicer than I am, Bob. Because I would be like, hey,
Thanks, man.
You're here to compete. Like we'll make the races safe, but like I'm not. It's not my job to protect you and make sure that you go home all safe. Like you're here for the game. It's like the Olympics. Like they don't make it safe.
Yeah.
I mean, they make the race as proper as it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be like you're jumping off buildings or something like that. But like, here's the race. These are safe events. And you now get to decide what you want to do with your athletic body. And how many times have I said it? Like, don't tell me how to win. Like, let me race. Let everybody get out there and race. So I like the evolution that you have where like, okay, you're refining and you're seeing what needs to be in there and how you get to push. And I'm telling you, man, like you'll never hear me say, take it easy on them ever.
Well, I think that's why I want to see you.
Sorry, Bob. Bill, you're like, what, 3 years older than me? Are you 55?
56.
Yeah. You're 56. Yeah.
You guys ever been in the same division together? How close?
We're a couple years. So
maybe 1 year?
Yeah, I'm 52. Yeah. So I think we would overlap by 1 year, maybe. Yeah. I think, thinking about you, right? So in 3 years, like it would be insane for you not to have overhead squats, right? And that's kind of that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like you're definitely going to have them, as with anybody that's going to be making that move. But I think starting next year, the 60 to 64, they should expect to have overhead squats.
I would just like to see. I don't think it's your job, even though it is your job right now, by the way people get here, to deal with that problem here. Right? Yeah. All those things should be dealt with in the open and in the qualifying stage.
I agree.
Like you don't deserve to be at the CrossFit Games if you can't do an overhead squat.
Yeah.
That's where we sit at with the age group division. Like it's the best test to check off a lot of boxes when you look at just the 10 general physical seals to begin with. Like look at the whole bottom of it. Yeah. Right. And so that shouldn't have to be on your plate to manage all that. If you are given a adequate testing group through the way they got here through the open and the semifinals is how I look at it at a bigger picture.
Yeah, no, agreed.
Even though I know we're talking about the now and like you're in the future, but like that's in my head is like, listen, if a qualifying event in semifinals has 50 overhead squats at minimum, pick a weight, right? And you can't and make it light, like Bill said. It doesn't have to be heavy, right? If you have the ability to do it, prove that you can, and then when you get to the games, we don't even have to worry about that anymore because we know everybody got here the same way.
Well, but that's where it gets difficult when there should be some sort of a roadmap from opens to semis to the games so that you are testing and you are vetting and moving the right people into that next qualifying stage, you should know the type of athlete that's at the game. So you know what you can test them with. Yeah. It shouldn't be that like an overhead squat is like, well, I don't know. That might be kind of rough on them.
Yeah.
But I like that they're in here.
But the event's cool. I dig
this might be my favorite one too, though.
Yeah.
Just across.
Yeah, totally. Same. It's my favorite one for sure.
So this will be the last one on Saturday. Then you're cutting.
Yep.
And then we go to the final one, 4 rounds for time, 2 rope climbs, 6 wall walks, 4 snatches. And I'm assuming snatches anyway, anyhow, since we were started the first day or the day before. The weights, 185 and 125 from 35 to 44. So heavier weights on this. Now, one thing we know is that, we just talked about qualifying people to get here. Was Heavy Isabel part of the qualifying for this one? I can't remember. Was that in the Masters one?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
a touch lighter. Wasn't it?
They had, I think their first one, the 35 was 215.
215, I think.
And it went down from there.
And to do snatches after these two. Ooh. So 15.
Well, really, to do snatches after 3 days, man, right? Where it's like there's a lot of shoulder going on.
Yeah. So a hell of a one to close out on. I mean, 8 rope climbs, 6 wall walks. Man, those wall walks are going to get tough.
I think that's the whole event. I mean,
still, it's because we don't have handstand walks this year, do we?
No.
Was that a conscious decision or just like ended up being like that?
Yeah, it was a conscious decision. They were originally programmed in one of the other workouts. And again, just that like overhead shoulder activity. I needed to take them out somewhere. Can't remember which workout they were in now.
Was it more volume related or skill related? It's like, hey, we don't want to do.
It was purely volume related. And I didn't want like it I don't know. I have a mild issue with handstand walks in that they are a little bit of a like party trick.
Okay.
So that's kind of why I took them out, right? Like I felt like with the wall walks, you're getting the same stimulus, right? And quite frankly, I think wall walks are harder than
they're way harder than handstand walks, like
than handstand walks. Yeah, and but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to tax your core and I'm trying to tax your shoulders before you have to go hit these snatches again and then go back to the rope, right? So that was really kind of the thought process in putting it together. The number scheme. So I have massive OCD.
That's what I'm staring at this whole time. We've been talking, Bob.
Dude, preaching to the choir, man. Like massive OCD. This was originally 642, but I changed it. One, to challenge myself to like see if I could not have an OCD meltdown relative to this thing.
Yeah, make one of
but
us.
Also, I really wanted to it's the flow on the floor, right? So it was important like visually for the audience to see the advancing of the barbell.
Oh, I see.
And I didn't want to change the workout because I felt like the numbers were the right numbers for each one of these individual movements. So I had to change it so the flow of the workout went from the back of the rig to the front of the rig to the floor. So that's why you have the 4-6-2, or sorry, 2-6-4.
Yeah. It's fair explanation. Because I was like,
I'm gonna have a really hard time watching it.
Why have this one last versus the one we just had? Is it just the way the rig set up, or just how you wanted to finish on something like this?
Yeah, I wanted to finish. I don't necessarily like having the premier workout be the last one because I want it to be something that everyone does.
I mean, it kind of is its own, I guess, because you are cutting into the final day, so it is the final chance people have.
Yeah,
to get to something.
And that was really kind of it, and then, I wanted them to feed into each other. I wanted, those were kind of the thoughts that were going through my head on it. That was really kind of it. I wanted to make sure that the snatch weight was on the last day heavy enough that people are moving fast singles.
Yeah,
is kind of in my head, how this workout should be done. I'm sure there are some beasts that are going to tap and go.
Man, at this time, I don't think anybody's. I mean, I know same dancers in the field somewhere, but that's not. I don't think that's gonna.
I think the weight on the snatch could have been a little heavier, personally.
Oh, 16 total. I think obviously we'll have to see, right? But I think everyone's going to everyone's going to be doing singles. Maybe in the later divisions they could handle it in a bit, but it's more of like, do they need to? Like, will that even be a benefit? Especially coming
with
off
with only 4, you're only picking up, like, even with fast singles versus tap and go, you're only picking up 6-7 seconds, right?
I'm sure someone will try it. I hope they do.
Yeah. Good luck to you.
The totality of the weekend. So there you have it. 8 events, and it's going to be, this will be Thursday. These 2 will be Friday. These 3 Saturday, and then the final on Sunday. Is that correct?
Yep, that's correct.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then, here's our divisions. Teens. I didn't put the teens in there, but teens 14. How did that conversation come to be? And when did you have that with Brock and the team of combining forces?
Well, it originally came from like Dave and Heather and crew.
Oh, okay.
And it was kind of a funny conversation. It was like, hey, what do you think you can work with Brock? And I was like, yeah, I think I can work with Brock. Like, please let me work with Brock. And that was it. And then interestingly, everybody kind of, between Brock, Joe, and I, we all fell into our own lanes of, this is what I'm going to handle. This is what you're going to handle. This is, and it's worked out great. We have, Brock has a different view on programming, or different perspective on programming than I do.
Okay.
Primarily because, he only has he would have like 8 heats, whereas I would have like 30 heats. Right. And so he's able to be more creative in his programming. And so where that was helpful to me was, as I would go through drafts, he would challenge me on, hey, what if we did this? Right. What if we did that? And I think you would have to ask Brock. I think I was open enough and humble enough to take in whatever he was suggesting and run with it, right? As opposed to just being like, no, man.
Yeah.
I program, and you go do what you do, right?
What has been some of the best perks of bringing these 2 groups together with what Pit Teen has done and Legends has done, and Brock and his team to do this overall experience for the games this year?
Scale is the biggest thing, man. Right? It's, the fact that we were running 2 different events on the same weekend last year. Like, it sucks for the community, because
I forgot they're at the same weekend.
Yeah. So the community had to choose last year, which it just sucks. But like, we didn't have a choice. We really didn't. So now that the fact that we can bring it all together, we're bringing it all together in Columbus, right? So we're 3 minutes away from the road offices.
I was going to ask, so if you guys are a set of rings short, instead of having to add 3 extra heats to the end of the weekend, you can just be like, hey,
we don't have to run and go get it, man. So all of that, volunteers, like we and I would segregate between, like, we have a solid group of volunteers, but then we also have like our core staff. And so Brock brings his core staff to the group as well, which again, it gives us more eyes. It gives us just that much more, years of experience that get to play into it, that hopefully allows us to deliver a better show to the audience at the end of the day, and hopefully the athletes, enjoy themselves.
What has been the sponsor partner relationship in like this year, now that it's not splitting? I forgot they were on the same weekend, splitting every weekend, and now it's all in one place.
It's been difficult this year, but it has nothing to do with that, right? Okay. The fact that we're all together has been helpful, but obviously, there were a lot of sponsors that just didn't show up this year and said like, hey, we're going to take a year off and see where CrossFit ends up after this year.
Yeah.
before we come back in. And so, that was a little challenging for us. But the fact that we can put it all together and say, all right, not only do you have access to, 500 athletes that are 35 and up with disposable income, but now you also have this other group of athletes that, are going to be going off to college and going to need credit cards and going to need, whatever, right? Like that all kind of comes together in a nice package as well. And hopefully we can leverage it a little better next year. And I think that there is just more positive momentum, coming out of the games this year, particularly with how well the team operated in Albany.
Do you feel that coming off the games? Because I know a lot of people, obviously, that were there could feel that. The vibe of the community has definitely shifted, I feel, since the games, and whatever's coming out from CrossFit and the CrossFit Games and their media and marketing has obviously changed as well. Is there any feel or trickle down that you guys are feeling just in these short couple of weeks since then?
Totally. Chase, I think I told you via text message, and Bill, this is probably new news for you, but so I was diagnosed with cancer earlier this year, right? And so I spent the last 8 weeks going through radiation and chemo. And so I wasn't able to go out there in person, right? But Brock was there in person and I was able to watch it from home. What was great about that is I felt like maybe I was watching it through CrossFit colored glasses on the live stream, but Brock validated everything that I saw, right? Like it was the community really showed up and the athletes really showed up. And I think it's a great restart for everybody here, right? I mean, not to
agree.
diminish the past, but it is a great restart, and you could feel it, and you could feel it via the live stream or whether you were there in person.
Cool. Yeah. I was wondering why you looked so clean and hairless, but I guess that is.
I know, dude. I don't. So I lost all the hair on the left side of my face.
Just one side?
Yeah, because it was just the cancer was just over here, and so like I was at a baseball game, I was at a Padres game with my family, and I went like this. I was into the game and I went like this, and like a whole clump of hair just came out, and I was
wow,
like, yeah, man. Dude. So I went and shaved it that night. I went home and shaved it because there's no way I was not letting cancer win,
Yeah.
And how, where are you at with everything?
I'm done, man. I'm done. Like, I'm
cleared?
Yeah. Well, I get tested in a couple of months, but but it's, I had 2 surgeries, then I had the radiation and the chemo, which was brutal, man, like absolutely brutal. And I had baby cancer, right? Like the survivability of my type of cancer is like 75% plus, right? So I had salivary gland. What the doctors all told me ahead of time was based on my fitness level that we were at 99.9, like which is like such a great testimony to the methodology, right? To CrossFit itself. The fact that I am, standard deviations above the general population because of my fitness level.
24% increase of survivability just because of your fitness level.
Yeah. Fantastic. Damn. Right. Now, unscientific, right? But they could just,
That's my question, is because getting cancer is one thing, but like the treatment itself, depending on which one you do have to go through, is absolutely brutal. And if you're not in just a physical state to handle that, is when you see a lot of bad things happen.
I mean, dude, you got to figure that protocol is kill everything.
It's like hopefully the last thing that dies is
like
you.
That's
you. Yeah.
Right. Like you're killing everything but that. Like, well, okay, fingers crossed.
Yeah, they're trying to kill you. When you have any kind of throat cancer, it's 7 weeks, 5 days a week of radiation and 1 day a week of 3.5 hours of chemo. And they just oh wait, can I curse on this?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I didn't want to mess with your rating.
No.
They just blast you, man. And then at the end of it, so I went from I was 195 before it happened, I put on 10 pounds because I knew that I was going to lose weight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I ended up dropping
proactive
bulking,
bulk
totally,
cycle.
man. I was eating everything, like anything I could find while I could still taste it. I was eating nonstop. Got up to about 205 and then ended up dropping to about 185 when shit got really bad. And then now I'm back up to like 190, 192. So it's all good, man.
There you go.
So we're
Well, nice
skipping
job,
the
dude.
celebratory
Nice job.
cigars on Saturday.
Yeah. I'm out. But
Yeah,
I
out of
am
that
still
game.
I am still drinking my Celsius, which
Hey,
is
there you go.
cancer in a can. Pretty sure they're not sponsoring us, so I can say that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, they're not anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. That's
Yeah,
funny.
man. Well, I'm super psyched to see you, Chase. Bill, I wish you were coming out too, brother. I mean, you should just jump on a plane, come out and enjoy yourself. You know,
Bill's
you could be a special
totally.
consultant.
I'm
Tell me all the shit I'm doing wrong.
I'm getting myself. That would be fun. Totally. Get myself ready for the adaptive.
Oh,
See, Jeremy will be out commentating.
Wait,
the
where are
adaptive.
we
That's
that
coming up.
It's gonna be in Vegas,
September.
It's the second week in
Las Vegas with Jeremy
September.
Austin. Be careful, bro.
Yeah.
Be careful. Well, Bob, I'm really looking forward to it, and obviously thanks to your team and the pit team, throwdown team with Brock and everybody that I think Stephanie is a big part of that group as well. And I just appreciate you guys putting it on. Clearly, it's a thankless position to be in oftentimes, but it's a necessary thing, and you're the one that's stepping up. And all you guys, Joe, stepping up to do it, and I'm excited to be there. So I appreciate me getting to come out there and give you guys a little live stream action with Mr. Sean Woodland.
Yeah.
So,
and look, man, anybody within shouting distance of Columbus, Ohio, make your way out here, right? I mean, show your support for the community and you know, help us drive ticket sales, right? That's what it takes to put these things on. So
yeah. And we saw this all year long with 2025, obviously. And me and Bill have been saying this since January, is like, look, this will be the toughest year coming off a couple of rough years, right?
Yeah.
Like the rough years were, I would say, self-inflicted from CrossFit's perspective. And this is the buyback year. I feel like we did that with the games. We've done that since the games. We're rolling into you guys and the adaptive, and whatever we wish this year was, you're working for it. And hopefully the payoff is in the future. Obviously we got to get the work done while we still have work to do, but I'm glad we're all in this together when it comes to that. So,
yeah. Well, and just to add on to that, right? The community is actually showing up. Like we're still, as of this morning, we were like 4% ahead on ticket sales compared to last year.
Oh, nice.
Which in a year
wow,
when
nice
everything has been pretty rough, the fact that we are still 4% ahead, is not insignificant.
Yeah. Well, I love it. So action kicks off. Where do they get to see it if they're not able to be there in person?
It's going to be on Pitt's channel. It'll be on games.crossfit.com, and it'll also be on the main page.
Okay.
And it'll also be on the Legends channel as well.
Awesome.
I think I really got to get this out here so people aren't upset about it. The live stream, we're trying something a little bit different this year, where we're only going to be showing live like 3 to 4 hours instead of just like a full all day long nonstop, 8, 9, 10, 11 hours of you counting wall balls over and over again. So we're going to do some, that
was a lot last year.
That was a lot. So we're going to do some B-roll, to cover the stuff that we didn't cover live. And then we're going to try and focus on, just certain divisions and then show everybody on Sunday.
Yeah.
It's just, you can only hit your head against the wall so many times before you realize that it doesn't work. And the live streams that we've done in the past that have been, 8, 9 hours at a time, people just don't watch. So it will be a little bit different this year, and hopefully it's something that the community enjoys.
Yeah. Well, at least everyone's going to get a little something, regardless if it's in the moment or post.
Yeah.
Which is great to hear. Well, Bob, thank you for your time. Thank you for what you guys do in your team. Looking forward to that again. You guys, if you're in Columbus, get there, check it out. You'll be right by Rogue, which is kind of cool too. I think that's really sweet. I'm excited to be there, obviously with the whole team that you guys are bringing in, and I'm very thankful to be a part of it as well. And yeah, I'll see you guys Thursday. So y'all tune in, show up. We'll keep this ball rolling.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.